In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Moff Gideon from the Mandalorian. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Moff Gideon figure on that lovely Mandalorian card back right there. It seems like ages since this figure was revealed and kind of rumoured. We've known about it for a very long time, but it's finally here in my hand, and thank heavens for that, because there was a time that I did think that this wave of figures may drop in January, but I'm really glad that they've actually dropped in December. Give us something for Christmas. And let's take a look at the card back first of all. Now, I've got to admit that this card back doesn't do a great deal for me. I think they could have picked a much better image for Moff Gideon, if I'm brutally honest. A lot of him is in the dark there, in the shade, and you don't really get a lot of detail on his face. And yeah, that for me is a bit of a letdown. He's kind of on his TIE fighter there, where he's just busted out of it with his dark saber. And yeah, I just think they could have picked a better image, really. But the figure in the bubble looks great. I love the red. Looks very good. Evil people always look good with red. VC180 is the number on the back of the card back, and of course we do have the rest of the wave of figures, which of course I will be reviewing. The armor will be the one after this one, I think, and I can't wait to review the Darth Vader, and you'll want to check that video out because I've got a lot to say about that Darth Vader, but and Captain Rex for that matter, but Darth Vader especially. Yeah, that video will be interesting to review that figure indeed. But today we're looking at the Moff Gideon figure. Very cool. Obviously we've got the Mandalorian logo with the Star Wars chase around the edge. We've got the Kenner logo at the bottom and all the warnings and stuff at the top. But it's going to go very nicely with all of the other card backs, but I've got to say they could have chosen a better image. But anyway, let's get the figure out and check him out. Alright then, so here is Moff Gideon out of the packaging, and man have I been waiting for this figure. This is a great figure. It looks really good. The head sculpt is perfect in my opinion. They've done a really good job. I actually prefer it to the Black Series. I know that's possibly biased of me, but I have seen images of the Black Series one. I don't have it in hand, so I can't comment 100%, but I think just the facial expression that they've got on that Black Series one isn't as good as this one. And for a 3.75 inch figure, they've done phenomenally well. The eyes are great. The paintwork's great. His little moustache is great. And of course his hair is sculpted in very nicely as well. He does come with this cape, which is removable. Now, it's not a soft goods cape. It is vinyl plastic, soft vinyl plastic. Black on the outside, red on the middle. That lovely sort of deep red colour. It's really nice, and it does drape very nicely over his shoulders. Of course, some people prefer soft goods. I'm in the camp on this particular figure because it's just going to be draping over his shoulders, that it isn't actually too bad. The way it is. I think maybe a soft goods one wouldn't flow as well over his, draping over his shoulders. But looking at the figure, the only thing that I would say about this figure is that he is possibly on the skinny side. I don't think the actor in the show is that skinny. He does look a bit skinny, doesn't he? And also, just in general, the height of the figure as well. If we bring in a Death Trooper here, he's very short. So just in general, I think the figure is quite small. I'm not really sure if the actor is that small. He didn't seem that small in the show, but the figure is very Diddy. It's skinny and it's short. So I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. But in terms of articulation, this figure's got the lot. Obviously, he's got the ball jointed head, so that goes all the way around. We do have the ball jointed shoulders, which are perfect because of the armor is soft vinyl on the shoulder pads there. So you can go all the way around without any restrictions. They lift up very handily indeed. We've got the ball jointed elbows and at the wrists. We've got the ball on the torso, and the legs, although a bit stiff at first, they do have the ball joint. Very stiff joint though, that very difficult to move. And we have the split at the thigh, ball jointed knees, and we've got the joint at the ankle, and of course the rockers as well, which is always handy with these new figures. The detailing of the figure in terms of his paintwork is brilliant. His armor looks great. We've got the nice red flashes on the arms, which travel all the way down, all the way around his belt, and all the way down the leg as well. So very nice detailing. And as you can see, that shine that's coming off of his armor there. It's very sort of Attack Commander style, isn't it? That sort of breastplate that he's got going on there. And of course the red on the shoulders there, just to set it off nicely. Looks great. He does come with the side blaster in his holster there, which is a nice little blaster. Sort of gunmetal grey with a bit of weathering on it, which is always good. And that just sits nicely in the holster, and that isn't going anywhere. Now the dark Saber does have that sort of white paint around it to make it look like it's lit up, which is great. In the images that we got from him, we couldn't really see if that was the case, but it is on both sides, so that's very nice indeed as well. But we'll just take that out of the way just for now so we can take a good look at the figure again. Just a fantastic head sculpt. And yeah, when I first got the figure out of the package, I was having real troubles moving his hips there. The joints there are so tight, but they are there. They do move. And fantastic figure. As I say, the only complaint that I have is that he just looks a bit diddy. He looks a bit on the small side in both his height and his sort of weight, really. I don't think he's that skinny in the show, but that's a minor gripe. There you go. That's Moff Gideon for the Vintage Collection. Great looking figure and amazing for the collection, of course, both loose and carded. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you got this figure yet? Have you picked him up? Do you plan to pick him up? Let me know your thoughts. And thank you very much for watching as usual. And we'll see you on the next one.